Hello, accelerated math students. Today we're going to talk about parallel lines and transversals. As in the previous lessons, you should have your notebook and a pencil out ready to take notes. And remember, you can pause the video anytime you need to catch up or go back if you need to review. Do whatever you need to do. So we're going to start out with a couple of definitions. Write down whatever you feel you need to. This first one is a line that intersects two or more lines is called a transversal. So T here is our transversal. It intersects two or more lines. It intersects those two parallel lines. And the big part on this is when parallel lines are cut by a transversal, several pairs of congruent angles are formed, and that's what we're talking about today. All the different pairs of congruent angles. So the first one is corresponding angles. And we have the definition. When a transversal intersects parallel lines, corresponding angles are congruent. So that basically means, I'm going to get rid of this line here. Well, maybe not. Okay, so basically that means if you look at the right ones, if they're in the same place on one line versus and the other line, the other parallel line, they're corresponding. And that means that they are congruent. So look at the double lines here. These are congruent. The triple lines and the quadruple lines. Those are all corresponding angles and they are congruent, meaning they're the same measure. So if I give you one, you should be able to figure out a couple of other angles. So for example, we are given this angle right here. Number one, angle 1 is a corresponding angle, so we should know that it's 110 degrees. But then they're also asking for angle 2, which if you look is supplementary to 110. So 180 minus 110, we have 70 degrees. So take a moment and see if you can find out the rest of the angles. Here we go. We're going to have angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, and angle 7. So 6 is easy. That's corresponding. So that is 75 degrees. Then if you remember in a previous lesson, we said that vertical angles are also congruent. So that means 1 is 75 degrees and 4 is 75 degrees. So then let's take a look at like 75 and angle 2. They're supplementary. So 180 minus 75 is 105. So angle 2 is 105, which is vertical to 3, so that's 105. 5 is corresponding, so that's 105. And 7 is 105. So just by getting one angle here, we were able to find the measure of the other 7 angles. And you're going to have some problems like that on your homework, where they're going to give you one angle and you have to find the measures of the other 7 angles. So find the measure of angles 1 and 2. Pause the video, find it, and then come back and see if you're right. Angle 1 is corresponding, so that is 63 degrees. Angle 2 is supplementary, so 180 minus 63 is 117 degrees. Here's another set of vocabulary words, and they're kind of the same, and that alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. Alternate interior angles, once again, that transversal that intersects parallel lines, they're congruent, as is the alternate exterior. So basically, you look, alternate means opposite. So if we go through this, alternate means opposite. And interior means inside. So if you look, we have opposite inside angles. They're inside the parallel lines and they're on opposite sides of the transversal. Same thing with alternate exterior. Opposite for alternate means opposite. Exterior means outside. So this is outside of the parallel line. So we have opposite sides of the transversal, outside of the parallel lines. And those are congruent as well, is what they were saying. So we have to, so the photo shows a portion of the airport. Describe the relationship between each pair of angles. So let's look at angles 3 and 6. They are outside of the parallel lines and they're on opposite sides. So they are alternate exterior angles. So let's take a look at 2 and 7. Those are inside and opposite, so those are alternate interior angles. Sorry for my bad handwriting today. Okay, find the measures of 3, 5, and 6. So we have 57. So 3 would be supplementary, so 180 minus 57 is going to give us 180 minus 57. Sorry, I messed up on my calculator. 123. So angle 3 is 123. Angle 5 is an alternate interior angle, so that's also going to be 123 degrees. And 6 is alternate exterior to 57, so that's going to be 57 degrees. So your homework for 5.5 with the parallel lines and transversals is in Go Formative, and it's 1 through 41. And the reason it's so many is because if you remember, they give you one angle, they want you to find 7 more. And I put each one of those as a separate problem. So it's not as long as it seems, and it probably won't take you very long. But again, you want to get 100%. If there are any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, good luck.